Good afternoon and welcome back to Makeshift Camping. Kind of a little bit warmer day today than it has been. You know what? It's been kind of a little bit warm. But we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. Today I've got my little old 3 brand knife here. This little tree brand knife I got from a friend of mine with some other knives, and I've really enjoyed it. That's one of those, like I said, one of those knives that just feels right in your hand. So I'm glad to have it in my collection. So today, that's what we're going to use to cut up everything that we do. We're going to have Dorito nachos. I don't know if any of y'all try that, and I'm sure some of you do. But we're going to have a good supper with those. I love Dorito nachos. The only thing is, we're not going to have lettuce because we're scared of lettuce. Okay, with all that's going on, so we're going to have everything but the lettuce. So we're going to start out by getting our stove lit here. Alrighty. I hope y'all have had a good day. And remember, we're going to finish up at cast iron today. Alright. As soon as we get our meal cooked here and cleaned up, we're going to move over to that cast iron that we started yesterday. I think you all are going to be pleasantly surprised. Guys, it is so simple. So simple. And I sure appreciate my buddy Frankie for giving it to me. He knows I love cast iron. Again, I'm going to put a little oil in that skillet. It's like normal. Actually, I think I'm going to wash that down a little bit. And then because I let it sit out for a little while without being covered up. So now that it's hot, cleaned up, I think I'm going to start that again. Alrighty. Now then, we're going to drop our hamburger meat in there. Then we're going to get a little bit of butter and melt into that. White butter adds a lot of flavor into that hamburger meat. Especially nowadays, hamburger meat, most of it don't even taste like hamburger meat. Alright, then we're going to chop that up in there. Oh, I love some good nachos. Y'all like nachos? Let's put y'all on up here a little bit closer so you can kind of maybe see what's going on. You see there? Back it up just a smidgen here. Get y'all in view here. I've been busy working today, so I'm ready for supper. I guarantee you I'm ready for supper. I've got that turned down low. It's still getting hot quick. Once that cast iron, like I keep telling you, once it gets going, it heats up pretty good. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper in there. Said I like a lot of salt, so take the lid off that thing. I mean, a lot of pepper. I don't know why I keep saying salt when I pick up the pepper here lately, but I do. Put a little salt in there. Not much, just a little bit. Guys, tomorrow we're going to do a major upgrade to our schoolie. It's one of the reasons why we're here stationary for a while, because we've got some upgrades we want to do, but we're going to do a major upgrade to it, something that it really needed. And so you guys make sure you hit that bell tonight so you know when that comes up, because it's going to be pretty good upgrade. And it's free. I got everything to do with it. It ain't going to cost me a dime to do it. And we're going to do it. So, something I think I could definitely use after the last few days. Put some taco sauce in here, or taco powder. Mix that up in there and cook her all up. What all you guys put in your taco meat, nacho meat? I basically just put butter, obviously, into the meat, then my taco seasoning, and then I'll put some of this black bean and corn salsa in it. This is one of those meals, if you ain't careful, you can overload your plate real easy. Because when you start adding chips and stuff in there, I'll go ahead and put what's left in this jar in there. Yeah. Oh, that's smelling good, guys. Man, it's smelling good. We went to had those couple of days. Now this morning, it really wasn't bad out. I got to give it that. It didn't start really getting warm until about 1:30 here, and I've been outside working all day, so it kind of got a little warm on me. But at least it wasn't that 100-degree mess that we was dealing with. All right. I think I got that cooked up pretty good. I'm going to set that aside and put a lid on it. We're going to cut up our tomatoes and stuff. All right. And we are going to scoot over here, and I'll get you a different angle, get you set up, and we're going to cut up the stuff that we're going to need for this. So stick with me. All right. First of all, we're going to start out with some onion. Cut us up a little onion here. Clean my hands up here a little bit, which they were already clean, but we're still going to clean them a little bit more. Well, my nose is itching again today. It means I'm supposed to have company, my wife says. So last time, it turned out to be true because my son came by and went fishing with me that day. So we may have company for supper and don't even know it, which would be all right. It'll be all right. We've always got an extra seat at our table. Always told our friends, don't you ever go hungry, because there's always an extra seat, and we've always cooked enough so that there's enough for at least one more person anyway. So nobody goes hungry around us. All right. Got us some onion cut up there. Now we're going to cut us up one of my tomatoes out of my garden. I think I'm going to cut this bigger one up this time. Ain't that pretty? Woo! Ain't that pretty? That's right out of my own garden now. This ain't none of that old store-bought mess. Lay that right there. This right in here, I'm telling you, is got how sharp that knife is. Man, I like a good sharp knife, don't you? Well, that's making me hungry just thinking about these nachos. Guys, this is such an easy meal to make too when you're out camping. You know, if you got a way to keep your meat from spoiling. Most people nowadays got coolers and refrigerators because they've got these power banks and stuff that you can actually run a little refrigerator on. Don't take much power to run these little efficiency refrigerators they got now. Boy, I'm fixing to get busy here in a minute. I'm here to tell you, this is one of my favorite meals. Is these? I'd love to have some lettuce with it though. It's kind of like a BLT without the lettuce. Right now, guys, I'm kind of scared of that kind of stuff in these grocery stores. Like every time you turn the TV on, they found a new case of something that has to do with this lettuce, and I'm just not willing to take a gamble. That COVID mess like to kill me. I don't take many chances anymore. If something tells me something ain't right, I try to just stay away from it. Because I had a pretty good case of that COVID. And if you notice, I breathe hard, and you think it's because I'm overweight, but that's not it. That COVID done something to my lungs, and I'm still not over it. What's that been, 4 years ago or longer? 5 years? I don't know. All right. Look at that. Oh, I want you to look at them pretty tomatoes. Man, oh man, look at that pretty tomato. All right, and I'm fixing to show you. Now, we eat our taco salads out of a bowl. A lot of people, and even in restaurants, they give them to you in a plate. But we like these big bowls like this. And what we do is we'll pop those open a bag of these Doritos. And we'll kind of not demolish them all the way, but we'll, like I said, if you ain't careful, you can overload yourself. Now, she puts hers together different in a different order than I do, but I like to put my cheese and stuff a lot of times before I put my meat. Well, the tomatoes smell good. Man, they smell good. I guarantee they smell good. All right. Remember me telling you about these? As I'm telling you, these things are delicious when it comes to these taco salads. Nacho salads or nachos, whatever you want to call them. I like them. I like to pour a little bit of that juice in there. Kind of stir that up. And then I'll get me some of this here meat. Now my wife, her biggest, she loves these little old pear tomatoes, or it's what she cuts up on hers. All right. Now we're going to dip us a little bit of that meat on there. Just like that right there. And then I got a surprise that I didn't show you. I got some hot cheese dip that I'm going to put on there. Just like that right there. Ooh, I'm telling you guys, that's going to be all right there. That's going to be all right there. I'm going to put that back on there. Take that suit off. Put that back on there. Just like that right there. All right. I'm going to move over to here and set up, and we're going to try this out. So you hang on. I'll be right with you. All right. Let's sit down here and see what this tastes like. I think it's going to be delicious. Man, got me a glass of tea. I put me a little bit of sour cream on there. I forgot to do that while we were over there. I went ahead and put some on there. But I think this right in here is going to take care of me for the night. I think. But that sun, so I said, it's been kind of tough today. But we'll get through it. Let's give this a shot. It's nachos. Dorito nachos is what we call it. I don't know what anybody else would call it. Guys, if you don't like that, you ain't gonna like anything. Now peppers. Them little peppers are delicious. Perfect for this right here. Said, any type of salad they're good in. So you need to look them up and get your jar up and try them. If you take a bite of them, you don't like them, send me the rest of the jar. I'll take care of it for you. I promise you. This right in here is one delicious meal. And you don't need anything else to go with it. You don't need a side entree or whatever you want to call them. It takes care of everything. All you need is something to drink, and you're ready to go. Guys, I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to check on that cast iron that we started yesterday. What do y'all think? All righty. Well, all right, guys, we're going to kind of do a recap of how we got started. We had a skillet that was rusted up and really grummy that was given to us by a friend, Frankie. We wanted to clean it up. So we filled a plastic toque full of water. We took and inserted 2 pieces of sheet metal that went from here all the way to the bottom. We ran a jumper wire from each piece of sheet metal, connect them with a sheet metal screw. We took a battery charger, and we have put the positive charge on the sheet metal, which charges both pieces, and we've taken the ground and we've put it on the skillet that's submerged in our water that has been mixed with this laundry booster. About a quarter of a box, I'd say about 2 cups or so. You may want to add 3, but I usually don't measure anymore. I've done it so many times, I just dumped, I know what to do. So safe to say, whatever the heck, 2 to 3 cups, whatever you want to try to put in there. You can always add to it if you need to. Okay. Now I added a wire to a pole. I used a steel piece of rebar, put a wire on it, and I connected that to my skillet. And I've submerged my skillet. And what this wire does, it holds that skillet straight up and down, so that I can connect my negative cable to it. And plus, I've set it in there where the back and front are facing this way. That way, it's getting the most impact of my cleaning with this battery charging setup. Okay, so we're fixing to disconnect, and we're going to see what it did last night until it's going on 2:45 p.m. So we're going to see what's took place. What I normally do is I'll grab my ends and put them right there, just like that right there. I'm fixing to unplug that. Alright, so I've unplugged everything. So there's nothing that I can get hurt with now. Now we're going to pull this up here and see what it looks like. You see all that mess on top of there, that old rust and stuff? Alright. Kind of let it wash itself off. Alright, you see that right there? Now that looks like that it's still really nasty. But all that'll do is wipe right out of there, most of it anyway. Most likely all of it, but let's just say 90% of it. Take a little bit of this water right here, just kind of rub in there. Get you a little laundry brush, that's what I've got here. And just kind of, while you're there at your water, remember all that old cake stuff that's on the back of that? Uh-oh. Sometimes if that's really, really caked, sometimes you have to try to knock some of that off. It's broke loose basically, but it takes a little bit more effort to get some of that's really been baked on there like that. Boy, that's a smooth skillet. You look how smooth that is. That's a good skillet right there. I try to get as much junk off outside before I take it into the house and clean it up even better. But I try to get as much of this old crap off of here as I can get off here and leave that outside. But this is going to be one of my favorites, I can already tell. Alright, now you can look back at our other video, one we made yesterday, and then look at what it's done to this. This right here, a little dishwashing liquid and clean it up and stuff. This is going to be a nice skillet. Thank you, Frankie. I'm going to enjoy this right here. I am going to enjoy it. It's light, it's slick. Man, look how slick that bottom is. It's just unbelievable how slick that is. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm going to be proud of this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it in. We're going to wash it in soap and water, clean it up really, really good. And then we're going to start the seasoning process on them. Again, guys, remember, you are dealing with electricity doing this. try to keep your electrical cords away from the water. The only thing that should even get close, and these things have usually got a 4 or 5 foot, some of them even 6 foot extension on them. So try to keep everything away as far away as you can. Simply leave just enough room to connect your positive and your negative, and keep your electricity away from the electrical source, away from everything. I have yet to ever get shocked or anything doing this, okay? But if you don't pay attention, just like anything else, there's a good chance you can get yourself hurt doing this. But it's going to be out of negligence more than anything else, okay? Or faulty wiring or something. So make sure you've checked everything out. But this process is so simple, guys. I'm telling you. That skillet right there, yeah, once it gets cleaned up, will bring 25 to 40 bucks. Depends on where you go. So let's take it in, let's clean her up, and let's start our seasoning process. I'm going to put them back on there because that's the best thing to do with your clips. That's why everything, if you're plastic, nothing's gonna arc or anything. Just hook your battery cables up to your toke, okay? And see that I'm not going to do anything to this. Now I've got this outside in a different location than I normally have it. When I get done, I'm going to put it back in where I normally use it. It's just easier for you to videotape it out here. But I leave it just like this right here. When I get ready to do it again, I simply plug in that cord to my battery charger. I drop my next piece in there. I'll stir that up first. And every once in a while, you're going to have to add some new powder. Okay? But that's going to be up to you, how much you want to put in there, how often. I usually, about every 2 times, I'll add a little bit. Probably a half a cup, you know. And what I'll do is I'll actually stir everything up, drop this down in there, and I'll take that half a cup and pour it around the object that I've got down in there, okay? You see how that's flash rusting? So we're going to take care of that, though. We got to get it start seasoning. So let's go in and all righty, guys. we're in the kitchen here. Now we got our pan. See how clean that came from out there? Now we've brought it in here and we've cleaned off, getting most of the junk out of it before you ever bring it into your house. That way you're not bringing a lot of mess in here to mess up your house. So I'm just going to take one of these little SOS pads, and I'm going to really wash this thing up. Try to get anything that could be left on there off of there, okay? So you really want to scrub this thing down. And that water is going to get nasty and black because you're taking a lot of junk off of there. And this is usually when my wife gets upset with me when she walks in, because it looks like I'm fixing to leave one big mess. But you really, I mean, do a good job. Go over every piece, every inch of this skillet with that SOS pad. Really get it clean. It's going to shock you how pretty this thing's going to be. Take a little water and rinse off on this side here. That'll kind of give me an idea of spots that I've missed. I'll take this up here and I'll do it again. Try to do it, clean it until you don't see any more black mess coming off, making everything filthy. Remember to get the handle too. Now, Get down in that groove of that hanging notch and go around the top of it. It's like right there all the way around that edge. Try to get everything you can off of it, because you want to start all over with seasoning and stuff. And you want it clean. Because some of this stuff you don't know where it's been. So do a good job at it. Take a minute and really clean her. You can go over it with your hand and a lot of times feel the stuff that you've missed. Okay, guys, I think we just about got her cleaned up here. I think we've just about done what we're supposed to do. Try to get some of this wiped up before my wife sees it. We're going to rinse her again. Dry my hands here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn around to our stove and we're going to heat up one of the burners. Alright. While that's heating, I'm going to grab me a towel to dry that with. I'm going to try to dry it as well as I can with this towel. And I don't care how many times you rub on it, your towel is going to look dirty. Alright. That pretty? Ain't that pretty? Look at that. Woo! Look at that. That is a pretty skillet. Now I'm going to set that on that fire. On that burner and let it heat up. Now different people use different oils and things, but I'm going to use Crisco. Alright. Now I'm going to get me a dip of it, and I'm going to put it in this pan. And you can see it'll start melting in there. Alright. Don't take a whole lot. Alright. I'm going to let that sit on there and heat just a little bit more. Then you're going to take a dry cloth. Okay. Something that's not going to leave any type of... I see people using paper towels and stuff, but I don't want to leave any trash in here off of a paper towel or anything. Get you a cloth. Go ahead and turn that off because we're done with that. And just wipe that skillet down. I mean, every inch of that skillet. You're going to probably have to add some more. And you're going to try to get every bit that you put on there off. Everything that you put in that skillet, you're going to try to wipe out of there. Like I said, you're probably going to have to add some more to the back side of it. Because everything's got to have some grease oil on it. I'm not getting much with my scooper. Alright. Alright, now I'm just going to take and just wipe that out. Every inch of this ought to be shiny from the oil that you, lard, grease, whatever you want to put on there, I'll call it. This thing ought to be shiny, shiny, showing that every inch of it is covered with that Crisco. I'm going to put a little bit on that rag right there. And I'm going to get down in that handle. You got to get down in them grooves. Everything, every part of this, and a lot of people miss around their handles and things. Try to get every bit of it, because that's where rust is going to start up again. So what you're doing is you're making sure that moisture can't get to that and rust it up. When you get through wiping, you oughtn't be able to see no puddle of oil. Okay. All right, that's what it ought to look like right there. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we're going to set our oven to 350. And we're going to put this skillet in there upside down, just like that right there, for an hour. Take it out, and you've got your first session of seasoning over with. Okay? It's up to you how many times you repeat that. If it was something I was going to use right now, I'd probably do it 2 or 3 times. But if it's something you're planning on adding to your daily usage, every time you bake something, if you've got room, grease that up just like we just did, and wipe it off. Make sure it's all up, and just stick it in the oven while you're baking. You know, because the more layers you build up, the better you are. And if you ever get to need to fry up a bunch of potatoes, you know, deep fried potatoes or whatever, that's one of the best things you can use to season this up. You know, but yeah, you'll put it in the oven, put your oven on 350, stick it in that oven upside down for an hour, and repeat. Now, if you get one that's really, really nasty, now this is something your wife ain't gonna like, so you guys might not want to try this in the house. This is where the burning thing came up. The idea of it, if it's got all that build up on it, you technically, and I have done it, my wife didn't appreciate it, but you can take that nasty, nasty skillet and stick it in your oven and turn it on self-cleaning. And when that gets done, everything that was on that skillet's going to fall off. So you're going to want to put a piece of aluminum foil or something at the bottom to catch all of it, because I mean everything's coming off. Okay, and then if it's got rust in it, you're going to have to do what I just did to get the rust out. If you don't have any rust in it, you're ready to go again. Okay, but that takes quite a while to do it. But it stinks up your house. I'm talking about you better open up every window or everything like that. Now, if somebody who was going to do this for, you know, to buy and sell them or whatever, you could set you up an old stove in your shop or something, and man, that'd be a big deal. You stick them in there, put you 3 or 4 of them in there, put it on self-clean, and all that hard black stuff that I had to kind of chip away and get off, you won't have to do that. Every bit of it's going to fall off. And then again, if it's rusted, you're going to have to do what I just did to get all that rust out. I see people on YouTube and stuff, and they'll take grinders and they'll do all that and get all that. What I just showed you is so simple. There's no work to it. Okay? So, that took care of that, guys. Hey, guys, if you like my videos, hit like. If you want to see some more, hit subscribe. If you want to know when the next one's going to come up, when it's ready to be viewed, hit that bell and it'll let you know. We got another project that we're going to do tomorrow. It's going to be kind of an upgrade on the Skoolie. Something I've learned in the last little while that I kind of need. So you tune in next time, because it's a pretty major upgrade. It's a free upgrade. Remember, I try to do stuff that don't cost anything. But even though it's free, it's still a pretty good upgrade. So you guys stick with me, and I'll show you something about this. This upgrade is pretty neat. Hey, we'll see you down the road, guys. Thanks for joining us.